What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and today we are going to be talking about this kind of monstrosity of a knife. This is the Kubey Knives Rogue. So this is in via, of course, the Lefty passaround group, and it is part of the Kubey package. So you have the Rogue here, you also have the Stroller, and you also have the Vertigo. So if you guys are interested in my full reviews of these two knives, they will be, you guys are going to see this on Monday, so happy Monday. But you guys will be seeing this, I think this one on Tuesday and this one on Wednesday. So definitely keep a lookout for those two. For the Rogue, we are not going to be doing a full review because if I'm being honest, I did not carry this knife. The other two knives that I just showed you were sort of my, the reason I wanted the package in. This was kind of just a throw in. But, while I had the knife in, I might as well do a little kind of overview of it. It is a Pakal knife. And I think this is only the second Pakal knife I've ever handled. The first one I think I've handled, I think this one's the second one. The first one being the Cowboy Knives Mantis, which I did a full review of probably February. And it was much easier to carry and to handle than this. There's a lot going on with this, of course. Starting it off with this sort of, I think these are called singlets or a ringlet. And it's a liner lock. Of course, you have this Pakal blade of 14C28N. You have a thumb disc. You have a sort of Emerson wave type opener. You have a flipper tab for deployment. And it's just very awkward to use. I get that Pakals are, primarily designed for self-defense and for fighting. And I'm sure if I knew how to use this and replicate it in the right way, I think you hold it like this. So the blade is facing up, and then if you have to do your, your 7-Eleven gas station knife fights with Kevin over his Slurpee, this would be a good choice for it. It does have a loop over style deep carry pod clip that is reversible, so that is a nice touch. And then is also countersunk down into the scales with countersunk screws, which is also a nice touch for a budget knife. This one is rocking some Ultim scales, and you guys can see it has this radial milling pattern. I love radial milling. I really have became kind of, really fond of it over the last year or so. And this one is just enough, in the right light to catch on it. And, when it's in hand, you can feel it just a little bit, but it doesn't really do too much to add to the grip just because this is such a funky grip anyway. Now, I will leave a link to Kubey's website down below to the Rogue if you guys are interested in looking into it further. Some quick specs on it. Pull it up here for you guys. So overall length, when it's open from tip to butt, is 7.79 inches. The handle length is 4.82, and you have a blade length coming in at 2.91 inches. Get a weight for you guys. Comes in weighing 4.59 ounces, and honestly does not feel that much because you guys can see it does have some good internal milling, but I would imagine with this big ring on the back and some other added extras that you typically don't get on your EDC knives, that's where the weight comes in. But it honestly doesn't feel like a 4.5 ounce knife. It feels much lighter than that, which is nice if you are looking to use this in the self-defense manner that it's intended for. There are 8 different variations of this. There is this Ultim one with the stone wash. You can also get the Ultim with the black wash. There are 2 black G10 options with stone wash and black wash blades, 2 teal blue options with stone wash and black wash, and then you have a red G10 and a green G10 versions as well with the black wash. So a couple different flavors for you. I just knew once I got this in, did the unboxing, I was much more, impressed with the other knives, and I just knew that I wasn't going to carry it. Just not my cup of tea. But I will say, now handling probably my, close to 10th budget offering from Kubey, they really do make a great, budget knife. But the Ultim versions come in at $90, and the G10 versions come in at $80. So, I mean, less than $100 for this. I think it's a decent bang for your buck. Obviously, if I was more in tune to the Pakal world and everything like that, I would have a better sort of, opinion to give you guys. But as far as it stands with, Ultim 14C, you guys know, is a great budget steel. Loop over style deep carry reversible pot clip. I really like that they went the extra distance to give you guys a filler plate and to countersunk the screws, which is really, really nice. Build quality is there, as it always is with any sort of, price point with Kubey. And yeah, so I wish I was able to give you guys a little bit more information regarding it. But like I said, I just didn't carry it, and I would be not being truthful if I, said that I did. But I just knew from the get-go that I was going to be more interested in a few other knives that I had in, via the passaround group. So this unfortunately just sat in my case and got flipped a few times. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I just, like I said, kind of come on here and give a little overview. I think this is a great option if you guys are interested in the self-defense world, with EDC knives. Of course, you have the opener, so when you go to pull it up out of your pocket, the knife just automatically engages, and then you can do what you need to do. This also would work for if you're going to punch someone. I don't think I would want to be hit in the face with one of these. So it really is, I think, a good bang for your buck option. Comparing this one to the Cavill Knives Mantis, I like the Mantis more because it was more pocketable. It was, a little bit more premium materials. You had that really cool sort of, bark milled titanium. I believe it was an LMAX steel. But it was also, I think like $225, $250. So much more budget friendly here. And I think there are pros and cons to, both knives when it comes to, this having the sort of ring feature going on where the Mantis didn't, but the Mantis was more pocket friendly. And so on and so forth. We could kind of compare all day on that one, but yeah, so like I said, I will leave a link to the Rogue down below directly to Kubey's website. I could not find it on White Mountain Knives, which is a little bit weird. Normally they have every Kubey imaginable, but if you guys are interested, however, they are all sold out, so you would have to get on like the, remind me or notify me when it's in stock, or if you want to scour the internet and find it somewhere else, be my guest. I just will leave a link to Kubey's official website down below if you're interested. But yeah, that was kind of my little overview of the Kubey Knives Rogue. Definitely an interesting piece. I'm sure there's guys out there that love this type of thing, and this is the type of EDC knife they want to carry, but unfortunately that is not me. So but yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up now. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I hope you're ever having a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, day, night. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.